Thanks for being here. This is part 4 of integrating Stripe. In the previous stream, I implemented on Latterly.io the basic checklist feature, which is now live in production. You can visit Latterly.io and you will get forwarded to the Vercel app, and you can view the basic checklist and go check the boxes. The relation of the checklist to Stripe. What does this have to do with integrating Stripe? The answer is that I am personally uncomfortable charging people money when the site has no features. I also want there to be a substantial forever free tier. So the basic checklist is a step in that direction. Now that the basic checklist exists, there is the opportunity to monetize. And what I want to talk about now is my monetization product strategy. Then we'll go into Stripe and try and create these products and code it up from there. So this is the roadmap to integrating Stripe. And that's why I'm not immediately diving into code. Before we start integrating Stripe, whatever that means, we want to have actually a product strategy. This is subject to change at any time, but I think I'm going for a 4-point strategy. The 4-point strategy has 3 subscription tiers, and then there's an a la carte option. Subscription tiers, the first is a forever free tier. So I want there to always be a totally free tier, including an open source curriculum that can get a person all the way to the job. If they're motivated and disciplined, and if they follow all the steps, that's really important to me. Then I want to pay what you want tier, as little as $1 a month. Again, I want to keep the cost low. It's super important to me to maintain low cost and maximize access. But the value to me and to the application for even as little as $1 a month is huge. By way of example, the Google Ads. Says that I can potentially get $5,000 or more a year by putting ads on the site. What I'd like to do is avoid having ads on the site. So if we can have a bunch of people paying a little bit of money, $2, $3 here and there, then I don't need to put ads on the site. So that's an example of some of the really important benefits that the pay what you want tier can have. An even smaller goal would be Calendly integration for Stripe. This is not just a benefit to me. This is a benefit to the users as well. Calendly makes it really easy to sign up and book a call with me, which otherwise often involves back and forth over email. It takes longer to get responses from people. But for as little as $12 a month, I can do Calendly Stripe integration. So I think that is probably my first goal, is if I can get $12 a month, even using this, just like 12 people paying $1 a month. So that's part of the product strategy. And another big one, this is a really important one, is a Latterly chatbot. So fine tuning and hosting my own chatbot that is aware of Latterly context is not cheap. Oh, Saskia says, wow, I'm alone here. Hello. Hey, thanks for being here, Saskia. Yeah, we have over 60 people on TikTok, but there's only the one on YouTube. So check out the link in my bio. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. Would love to see you there. Quinn says, are you making a learning site? Yes. You can see my bio, Latterly.io, and it will take you here. So this is the learning site. And we're talking through the product strategy. Currently, it's free. You can go sign up totally free. And to grow it, I basically need it to not be free. As long as it remains free, it's going to be limited. I'm going to allocate limited capacity. So I need this thing to be sustainable. Like it has to, currently it costs me money. Like I'm paying money to keep the thing afloat right now. So, but I'm doing that because I'm confident that it'll eventually take care of itself. So the Latterly chat is another really big deal. When Latterly chat is implemented, you as the user, you'll be able to go to the site and get immediate feedback following my advice, following the curriculum at any point in time. You won't have to wait for me to respond a day or two later when I have availability. You'll be able to get advice that follows what I would say. I mean, there's error, right? Anytime you're using one of these language models, it's not exactly what I would say, but it's going to be trained on what I would say. And so it should track it pretty closely. And you'll be able to get that feedback instantly instead of waiting days. So I think that's going to be hugely valuable for you. Okay, and then there is a premium tier. And so what would this premium thing do? First of all, you get a shout out for being a supporter. We're going to do Latterly IRL. So like I'm going to have an event in Florida. Stay tuned to see where that happens, but it's going to be somewhere in Florida. Hopefully a restaurant. We'll see. I'm talking to some people. It would be better, I think, to have it at a restaurant than to have it at like a chamber of commerce, like boring office space. No shade to Chamber of Commerce. They've been great. Free session time accrual for you or transferable. If you want to accrue these tokens and like give them to your buddy who they are short on cash, these will be transferable. And then also limited edition seasonal merch. So for example, I have some of this merch on my store right now. This link is also in the bio. This entire store may be going away because this is on Shopify. Shopify wants to charge me money. If they're charging money and I'm not earning money, it's the same as the Teachable site. It's the same story everywhere. If it's not sustainable, I'm going to close it down. So you can go order this now, or if you are a member of the premium tier, like once or twice a year, you'll just get free stuff. I'll just like give you, it's not really free. It's more like included in the price kind of stuff. Subscriber appreciation type of thing. So I don't know what it'll be. It might be a combination of things. You might get a hat and stickers. Who knows? And there's other stuff too, but these are sort of the highlights. I designed these all by hand myself. Laptop stickers, I made them. Coding season, long sleeve. This AI shirt. So I designed all this stuff, and so you could get this and potentially other things in the future, because I like to keep it fresh. It's not like the same stuff every time. Okay, so that pretty much goes over the product strategy. There's also priority support, basically. So people ask me questions all the time, and I'm happy to answer them. But if someone is in my premium tier and they ask me a question, I'm going to give that attention first. And then there's the a la carte option. Unlimited certs. That's important too. So with Latterly, you take a quiz and you can get a certification. That is available a la carte. You can just buy your kind of like AWS certification exams. You can just like buy an exam. Or if you're on the subscription, you get unlimited like tries, basically. Latterly IRL, again, if you're on the subscription plan, you get free invites, but you can also buy a ticket a la carte if you're not in the paid tier. And then you can always do a session a la carte. So if you're in this paid tier, you accrue those free session time tokens. But even if you're not in the paid tier, you can just like buy one here or there. Quinn says, neat, I signed up. What makes your site better than other coding learning sites? Nothing today. Well, okay, actually that's not quite fair. I have an open source curriculum, so even that makes me better than a lot of sites today. So here's Latterly Slides. You can check it out on GitHub. I emphasize soft skills in a way that other people don't. I also maximize return on investment. So I defined, it's academically driven basically. So I have a PhD in economics where I studied this stuff, and a lot of other coding boot camps cannot say that. I defined the rule for what makes a prestigious coding boot camp. And the content's really good. So the problem is that, here's some other stuff. There's like job search tools. I really should just put together the tracker template. I really should put together like a more convincing like pitch deck. My elevator speech is not very refined, as you can tell. It's like networking scripts, interview prep stack. I have an interview prep stack. Some of the best coding boot camps have stuff like this. None of it's quite the same, but So this is an anecdote organizer. It'll help you with the behavioral star method for interview. This is an anecdote organizer. It'll help you with the behavioral star method for interview. This stuff's all open source. A lot of other people, like basically no one has open source stuff. That's why my stuff's awesome. So if you support the application, you're supporting open source. Here's the job search tracker template. You can find the problems in your conversion funnel from application to interview to job offer, like where are you getting stuck? This helps you with that. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm not really in like a salesy mood right now. Sorry. I need to hire some salespeople or something. Anyway. Hey, that's okay. It's hard to start something like this. Good job. I'll check it out more. Rootin'. Thanks, Quinn. So yeah, so for the free tier, I can do ads and maybe like it seems like I can probably make enough money to cover Calendly and maybe even the chatbot. We'll see, to cover some stuff through ads. But I think it would be better if we do this community subscription bounty. And so the idea of the community subscription bounty is that if anyone contributes any money and that sort of adds up, Saskia says, enticing people to go from like or I'm interested to actually pay is the true hard part conversion ratio. Yeah, wish me luck. I think the idea is that there's a free tier, and once you start using it, I won't have to sell you. You'll just be like, wow, this is awesome. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, Poppy Sensei in the house. What up, Poppy Sensei? Thanks for being here. Hey, throw some likes on the video, man. So with the subscription bounty, you know, if Jim and Sarah have spare cash, and so they are premium subscribers and you are tight on cash, so you're just on the free tier, you still don't have ads. You still don't have ads because the community as a whole is covering my costs, me being the person hosting the website. If y'all are covering my costs, I don't need to make a ton of money. I just want to not be losing money. So if we can do this subscription bounty idea, and I'll talk more about that in the future. So stay tuned. There's like a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to cover. This is all planned, but I think you get the basic idea here is that there's a free tier, pay what you want as little as $1. It shouldn't be hard for me to convince you to pay $1. Maybe I'm not convincing you right now, but I think once the website has almost any usefulness, you'll be willing to pay that. The premium, yeah, in the future, I will maybe plug that harder. Basically, I think that when the audience is large, there will be some people who want to pay premium just for the shout out. And then I also think once these laterally IRL events, like we're actually like going out, I think that's going to be a reason that a lot of people want to go for premium. And the other thing is I don't need a lot of people to go for premium. If it's a small number of people, that's totally fine. Cool, so that's the product strategy. Feel free to leave a comment and I would love to hear your feedback. There's more here. Maybe I will just kind of slowly scroll through, and this is a saved stream. So this is saved on YouTube. And you can go back and look at the line items. So that's pretty much it. You can go back and pause and review these line items if you want. They will all be converted to GitHub issues in time. They will also all be converted to blog articles in time. So the website that we're developing is going to have a blog on it. And there's for a bunch of reasons on that, like it drives traffic, SEO. It's also knowledge share. I can make you aware of application changes, new features, curriculum changes, and RFCs, requests for comment, where I'm asking you what I should be doing. By the way, pay what you want in premium users will have priority consideration in the RFC process. Priority consideration for RFCs. Basically, it's like if I ask 1,000 people, hey, what should I work on next? And like half of them are paying me and half of them are not paying me, and the people that are paying me are like, work on this thing, I'm going to prioritize that, basically. Quinn says, where are you based? Near DC. I'm in Northern Virginia. Are you familiar with Northern Virginia? How about yourself? I'm in a town called Centerville, if that means anything to you. Saskia says, I know it's unrelated, but how will you integrate AI LLMs into your monetization scheme? I mean AI chatbots, more or less specialized ones. Yep, so we call that laterally chat. Here it is, line item 9. So this is in the future. This is to do with a project called Rect, which is also open source. This is like an award-winning project, open source project with Supabase. I won an award. They sent me some stuff. Actually, no, it's not upstairs here. They sent me like a keyboard. Oh, hold on. A bottle and like a hoodie and like 2 different shirts and stuff like that. Anyway, they're really cool. What is Rect? Rect produces 4 things: flashcards, quizzes, slideshows, and a chatbot assistant. So basically, you can think of like a fine-tuned ChatGPT, but it's fine-tuned to be aware of the Latterly curriculum. Saskia says, thanks, I will have a look. Thanks a lot. Very, very welcome. So Rect, and then there's also a tool called Red, Yellow, Green. If you've been subscribed to my YouTube channel, you've seen me live code on these things. Red, Yellow, Green helps us assure that the training material for the AI is high quality, so that we can identify basically red, yellow, green means low, medium, and high quality content. And then you can garbage in, garbage out. Make sure that you're doing your AI training on high quality material, and your AI agent will be high quality. Notice that I'm calling it Latterly Chatbot, which is intentionally ambiguous about whether it is technically an LLM or not. So at the moment, I plan to use an LLM, but I want it to be called Latterly Chat because in the future, LLMs might not be the ideal technology, but it's going to be a chat tool. And it might be nice to have humans involved in the chat, right? So it might not always be AI, but I think probably a hybrid solution is going to be ideal because people need to sleep and robots don't. Okay, I think I have gotten the product strategy out there. So what are we doing now? To support this product strategy, I need users to have a payment tier enumeration. So if you're in one of these tiers, I need to technically define that. I would like to see integrated email into the website. Maybe I should call this 4. This is probably not a top priority, but that's going to be something that's done this week. In the advanced checklist, so this is like, and then ads. 4, 5, and so step 5 is actually integrate Stripe, which we're probably not going to get to today, but you can see the order of things. Ads. Saskia says, sure, at least let people have a doubt about having a real human in the loop. Yeah. Roland, thanks for the follow. Thanks for being here. Cool. So once these 4 things are done, then I will feel good about charging you money, basically. And obviously, we're going to do additional features after that. This is not a stopping point. This is just like the bare minimum to where I feel like I'm providing enough value that I can charge people money. Okay, so let's dive in and do the payment tier enumeration. Let's do that now. So here is the code. I wonder if you can hear my dog jumping on the window. Okay, so let's go to the schema. So here's the schema file, and we want a payment tier enumeration. So here is how we define an enum using Prisma. I can also enable the token type enum. Enums only work in Postgres. We are indeed thought it was someone in the kitchen. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't actually know why the dog is doing that. They usually don't. So I'm sorry to hear that you can hear that too. It's loud on my end for sure. Okay, so we're enabling the token type enum on the token. This is like a security technique for user sessions, which is enabled because we're using Postgres. And since we're dealing with enums, we'll go ahead and enable that. But the enum that I care about for the user is what I've called the payment tier enum. No problem, it's life around. Yep, that's the truth. I have two huskies. Let's see if ChatGPT is aware of the Stripe API. I would like users to submit payments in my website using Stripe. How do you describe Stripe? The financial service software. I'm using a TypeScript next.js application. Technically, it is a blitz.js application, so I have Prisma as an ORM. Users can subscribe to one of three subscription tiers, and they can also execute a la carte. Is there an E? There's an E, right? A la carte transactions. Each suggest the Prisma model for user transaction history. I think this makes sense, right? Ask any clarifying questions you have before beginning. Cool. 25 people on the stream and 25 likes. Something's not right. Throw a like on there, y'all. Saskia, I'm struggling with card payment intent, PHP, API, JavaScript right now. Yep, similar thing, right? Okay, what specific details would you like to record for each user transaction? For each user transaction, we at least need the user ID, the Stripe payment UUID, a transaction description, a transaction time, and a transaction amount in US dollars. Use your knowledge of the Stripe API and subscription software to suggest any other fields that you think may be important. Are the three subscription tiers different in cost, benefits, duration, or all three? The three tiers are perpetual, so they are not different in duration. They are perpetual and monthly, so they are not benefit in duration. They are different in terms of cost and benefits. The tiers can be labeled free, pay what you can, and premium. Do you need to keep Nerf Scuttler, what up, what up? Mason Roberts, inquire about enums seeing you're using Postgres. Sure, so what's the inquiry? Postgres supports enums. Thanks for the likes on TikTok. Quick reminder, if you're on TikTok, you can see the full screen if you go over to YouTube. Link is in my bio. This is part 4 of a multi-part series, and the playlist series is saved on YouTube. Okay, do you need to keep track of user payment method? Of course, without storing sensitive card data, adhering to PCI compliance. I want to store minimal user data for security reasons, but if you think there is an important reason to keep some details, please mention that. I might be fine storing something limited like the associated zip or issuing bank. I don't want to store actual card numbers. Okay, would you like to maintain a history of user subscription changes? Ooh, that's a good question. Wow, that's a really good question. The simple side of me says no, but I can see that it would have analytical value because I could predict whether or not you're likely to renew or respond to ads. One-click further payments is the primary reason to store data, in my humble opinion. Ooh, okay, good call. I would like to support one-click purchases in the future, but I do not know what data would be required to support that. Yes, let's go ahead and maintain it. Let's go ahead and maintain a history of user subscription changes. Good questions, GPT. Thank you so much for the likes, over 1,000 likes. Thank you very much. I would track for marketing evaluation. Yeah, so it's such a hard trade-off, right? So I'm a one-man shop. I don't have a marketing team. But I hear you that if I had a marketing team, they could make use of such data for sure. Let's rename to so let's rename that also note the existing user model below. Please integrate your suggestions with the existing model. TypeScript enums, bad idea. These are not TypeScript enums. These are Postgres enums. So this is Prisma. Prisma is a DSL. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see when we get to TypeScript time. I don't remember if it translates it into a string, like an enum literal or a string union. We'll see. But in any case, having the enum on the Postgres side is a very good idea. You'll notice that Stripe customer user ID has been added. Let's go. GPT-4, you bad. You bad in the best way. Okay, so we're pasting all that stuff, and then we are going to grab this user model, cut that, float up to the top, Command A left, click and drag, select the existing user model, enter Command V, and basically paste it in place, Command S, and it will auto reformat on save. I can see that I have irritated the what do you call it? Compiler? Is that the right word? I think technically it's just a formatter in two ways. Subscription, duplicated subscription change. So when you save Prisma and when you format it, it applies some logic that it thinks is helping you, but it bugs out sometimes. And we can see this. If you look on the right hand, there's one issue. And when I save, bam, now there's two issues. So that's bad. Let's hover over this. Error validating model, ambiguous relation detected. Yeah. So instead of letting Prisma autofix this, I'm going to let GPT autofix this. I get the following Prisma schema error. Drizzle, better idea. Prisma is slow. No, Drizzle is whack, dude. I've talked about this before. Drizzle encourages you to write SQL. That's a security problem. It's not good for It's not good for efficiency. It's not good for type alignment. No, there's a lot of reasons not to use Drizzle. Drizzle is overhyped. No VS Code extensions for Prisma. I don't know if I have anything Prisma specific. Let's see. Yeah, I do. I have the Prisma extension. It gives it this colors, so you can see how model is colorized. Everything's colorized. That's coming from the extension.
Baby?
Hey, thanks for the follows. What's up?
You still want to watch a show with me?
Sure. So what is this complaining about? Error validating field is missing in the opposite. Oh, okay. I think this is fine. I think I can save this, and it fixes it. Subscription change. Okay, I need to tell GPT which version of Prisma I'm using. Full stack development or data analyst, bro? Honest opinion for someone looking to get into tech. What's your background? Depends on your background. I think full stack development for most people, but if you have a background in stats, then that would change things. I think full stack development for most people. Thank you so much for being here. Diva, thanks for the follow. Beater Doyle, no such luck. Thank you for being here. You're making me feel lucky. Hey, quick reminder, if you go to YouTube link in my bio, you can see the full screen. I'm streaming over there currently. All right, cool. So let's grab all of these this time. Command Shift down, enter Command V. Then I'm going to once again cut the user and repaste over the user model. I don't expect any changes, but that's how it'd be. And the issue seems to, well, it's a different issue now. New subscription ID, that looks good. Old subscription, I think okay, so the names are good. Yeah. I think I know the issue here. Both of them should not have the field key. That's the issue. So I'm going to drop the field key off this side. Saskia says, it's 4:30 a.m. here, but I'm with you. Where are you at? Where are you at? Meanie says, no background at all. I just recommended to give tech a try by a data scientist, and I bought a MacBook Pro. Thank you for your time and response, bro. Michi, thanks for being here. Yeah, if you have no background at all, then definitely full stack. I do not encourage people that are unfamiliar with stats to go into data analysis. It's really dangerous. You can end up, I see this all the time, just analytical errors that cause real damage because people don't know, they're not familiar with causality or the assumptions involved in all sorts of different analytical tools like regression and so on. Geneva time, that's crazy. Error parsing this. Either add a unique attribute to the field new subscription ID or change the relation. Okay, so can new subscription ID be unique? New subscription ID. I would think it is. Let me just ask GPT, would it be safe to add a unique attribute in many subscription systems? It's common for users to change their subscription tier multiple times. So the same subscription ID might appear. Oh, okay, I got it. So they're using this. It has a property of a tier. Right. So it's not safe. Basically, it's not safe. Add a unique attribute or change the relation to one to many. Right. So then in many subscription systems, you say, I agree. So in this case, isn't the relation one to many between subscription and subscription change? Java is a bit more complex, but it is a good lang to learn. Fresh out of college, graduated in December with a degree in software engineering. No job yet. Stop coding and update your Mac Pro now. Why? What's the problem with my Mac Pro? Opposite of Midas, stay positive for sure, for sure. Yeah, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Switzerland. Oh, wow. Tina, you want to go to Switzerland?
Yeah.
I heard y'all have good chocolate over there. Is it not? Is it not Swiss chocolate? What is it? Isn't it? I don't know. What do you have that's good to eat over there, Saskia? All right. Well, this is getting tiresome, but we'll do this another time. Command Shift down, enter Command V, and then we cut the user up to the top. Enter Command V, S. And now we are free of error, finally. What about a combined key with the user ID? You could do that, it's just not necessary. How much RAM does your MacBook have? I don't know. RAM. Memory. I got 16 gigs. How do you feel about that? Is that assembly? No, this is Prisma. Okay, so now we have this new enumeration. And go ahead. Can we see a preview of the software? Yep, sure. Well, you don't even need to see a preview. It's live in production. So you can go to my bio, or you can go to latterly.io, and you can see the website right here. It's also open source, and you can clone it or make a fork yourself. Good to see you here, David. Thanks for being here. What do we have? 10 minutes? Does that sound right? Sure? Okay. All right, we're getting into the last 10 minutes here. Johnny, what's good, my boy? Hey, good to see you. Okay, so let's see. We have the subscription now. I don't have Stripe in place, so I guess we'll just let the user just like pick whatever subscription they're in, which sounds ridiculous. So everyone can go pick premium now because I haven't connected Stripe yet. My wife is waving a taco at me. I think that means that she likes the food. Nestle is overrated. They bought Lindt. Best Swiss chocolate available might be, oh gosh, I'm not going to say this correctly. Faberger? Did I say that right? Faberger? But our mileage may vary for sure. Okay. Faberger. You know it's good if you cannot say it correctly.
Doesn't raclette cheese come from Switzerland?
Raclette?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to ask them? Does raclette cheese come from Switzerland? Azure Data Studio or Visual Studio Code? Do you enjoy eating steak or dirt? Like Visual Studio Code, 100%. Visual Studio Code. Sorry for being aggressive there. Okay, Blitz Prisma migrates. Actually, I can npm run migrate. I have a node task which will also back up my database before applying the migration, so that's a bit safer. Name for a new migration is init-payment tiers. Init payment tiers. Great, so I'll stage these, and we'll give it a feature, payment tiers. Let's commit and push. I also want to, Michi says, I'm new, so open to suggestions. The Data Boys, cute little code. What up, Data Boys? Cute little channel, bro. I love the Data Boys. Y'all should go check them out. I prefer Cloud9. Yeah, Cloud9 is valid. Cloud9 is slept on, to be honest. Bro, you guys make me want to get married. Don't just get married to anyone, though. Okay, cool. So we have this subscription thing now, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, so this is going to be so janky. Are y'all ready for this? I'm just going to literally let the user pick what their subscription tier is and not charge them anything. For now. Obviously, in the future, I'm going to have to charge all money, but I don't have enough time to do all that right now. So here we go to source pages index. So let's pick the index. Let's make a settings page, yeah? Blitz generate page settings. Jonathan says opposite of Midas here. Gang, gang, pull up. Thanks for being here. So we have the settings What is all this stuff? Settings, setting ID. I literally just want the index. Okay, so we're gonna roll back some of these. So roll back U. Really, I just want the, and then we'll roll back new. There's a view and an edit page. I don't really get the value of having a view and an edit page, but that's the way they're generated, right? There's like a view settings and update settings. Jonathan says, didn't know you had a YouTube. Dope. Yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. What am I at? I'm at like 650 or something. Hey, if y'all can go subscribe my YouTube channel, I'd appreciate that. Tina, Saskia says raclette is not a brand, but a dish with various possible cheeses. Is that what you meant? The cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about chocolate.
No, I'm talking about cheese.
Bro, I'm so hungry right now. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. So let's keep these things, and then I want to update the style. So here I'm going to find the index page. I will command, so notice how it's in the split pane. I don't want it in the split pane. So to get rid of that, I'm going to reopen it directly, and I'll use fuzzy typing for that. So I'll command P, src pages, setting, index. And you see how I have, there's the index, and then there's the edit as well. Editing a setting ID really doesn't make sense at all. It really doesn't make sense at all. So do we call the subscription tier is a particular setting? What does the setting ID do? I think I want to drop the setting ID out of this and just have it settings/edit. Let's do that. I'm not understanding what the benefit of... Frankly, we can just edit on the same page. Okay, so let's see, does this have the form? It's not going to have the form is the issue. Okay. Command AX, Command Z. We're going to go over to ChatGPT. Notice the following settings page. This page is configured in a read-only manner. I would like to use this page both for viewing and also for updating the user's subscription tier. And let's use the correct word. Subscription, really. Subscription. Viewing and also for updating the user's subscription. Okay, let me grab the form name. Command C. The following div block. What's up, Omar? The following div block shows how I can use a form to update settings. This is not really going to work. This is not going to work, actually. The following div block shows how I can use a form to update settings. Please combine this form with the settings page. Nah, my house's electricity box just exploded. Fire trucks here. Whoa, that's wild. Hope you're doing all right. How's ChatGPT help you overall? Do you find that it helps you better at coding? It doesn't really help me get better at coding for the most part. Maybe 5% better at coding. What it does is it saves me time. Typically, I end up reviewing its code, and I very often have to make changes to its code, but it writes code so fast, and it's also quicker than looking through Stack Overflow, like a bunch of pages on Stack Overflow. Jonathan says it helps me learn quicker. Yeah, I definitely can see that for some people. Okay, so here we are on the index. Command A, Command V, Command S. What is the new settings page? Create setting. No, we're not creating settings. Let's get rid of that. Bam. Let's just get rid of that entirely. And then I'm going to delete this setting ID folder. What language? We're in TypeScript here. Show setting page. Let's further update because I don't want to navigate to some other show setting page, and neither do I have a need to ever create a new setting. I do want to update the subscription data that is shown in place, or refresh, or in other words, I would like to re-render the page on submission, change, submit. Subscription, change, submit. How do you get it to remember versions of code? It doesn't, right? You would have to like tell it the different versions. Also, most dynamic websites seem to block code that attempts to pull data. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It seems to forget pieces of code. Yeah, it has a token limit. So it has a limited amount of memory, basically. Omar says, I think that's too specific. Why don't you try to code at least a little bit and let ChatGPT completes the missing parts? Yeah, that could be smart. I mean, we'll see. Sure, I understand you want to update the stuff in place. Okay, so let me stage this. That's what I did, right? I generated this code outside of GPT. Oh, here's the settings. Okay, copy this. Command A, Command V, Command S. I can see that it eliminated the create setting link, so that's a good thing. After update, refetch the data and invalidate. Great, that's perfect. So we're no longer trying to show a setting page, but we are invalidating the query, which renders it in place. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so let me delete this, and then I'll import use mutation from the correct place. Okay, get settings. So we don't have a get settings query, but we can make one. update settings. We don't have an update settings mutation, but we can make one. Setting form, yeah, so this stuff is all needed. We just don't have it. Okay. Let's get the setting form first. Now let's update the setting form so that it includes the information needed to create a subscription change record. At least the user should be able to pick a different, what's the name of the tier? Payment tier enum. I asked ChatGPT to search Street Easy for specific criteria. Cool, I'm not sure what that means. What is Street Easy? I don't know. So I copy this, then we're in the form. Here's the setting form, Command A, Command V, Command S. So I don't see a labeled select field. Source core components, we'll go create one. Source components, no, I want the word core. Source core components, new file, labeled select field.tsx. I've made a field like this in a different application, but I don't have it in this one. Provide the code for looks like C. No, it's TypeScript. It's a real estate website. Oh, cool. Naomi, thank you for the follow. Bria, Promethean's Kitchen, thanks for the follow, y'all. I'm actually wanting to learn and wanted to know if this is Kotlin or Java. This is TypeScript. Good question. Yeah, anytime you deal with strong types, a lot of people end up thinking that it's Kotlin or something. I'm not using Formic here, so let me update GPT on that. I'm using Final Form, I think. I'm using not Formic. Refactor the form, please. Hand orange covering eyes. What does that mean? This is cool, man. Thank you. Ayo, got the field. Got the field. They did it right. Cool, so Command A, Command V will paste over, Command S. Name is specified more than once. Okay. No, I don't expect that issue. Okay. I know how to fix this. Okay, so I just need to split out name. TypeScript is just modernized JavaScript with stronger types. Yep, that's right. Osmar says the props at the end. Yep, yeah, we're thinking of the exact same thing. So I'm going to destructure it like this. I'm going to say name, other props, equals props. We can see we got that tab completion from Copilot. And now I can drop the props prefix here. And I might want to do this. Cool. Gang, I think that's clean. Yo, I'm 17. Do you think it's possible to do it at this age and land a job after learning to code? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Awesome that you're trying to learn to code at 17. Congrats. Go make a GitHub portfolio. You can be 18 or 19 and already have a year or two of experience. You'll be crushing it. Other props. Hey, don't judge. No judgment zone, homie. Okay, labeled select field. Here's the labeled select field. Source core components labeled select field. Source core components. Okay, we got it. This is an extraneous import, so we'll delete that. Trying to help. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. It's always great when there's like people that know what's going on. Okay, cool. This is looking good. So we have this is like a good looking form, right? And now it's no longer complaining. Here's the setting form. So we still have some other issues. Update setting schema. I'm going to comment that for now. We don't actually need the schema right now. So the mutation and the query, let's knock those out real quick. Okay. Implement. Is this going to be a TS or a TSX? So under the mutations folders, it's hard to see the screen on mobile YouTube. Might make a little larger or font larger. Let's see. Does that help? Okay, so under mutations, pages, for the future vid and streams. Appreciate it, thank you. Settings, components. Oh, okay, I just need to make like a mutations folder. New folder, mutations, and then we'll have folder queries. All right, and so they are TS files. Implement get settings.ts. And note that the only settings we care about right now are the subscription details for the logged in user. Logged in user with an, okay, stop, sorry. That was on me, dude. For the logged in user. I gave it a typo. Any tips on how to make a great portfolio? Yeah. Start with the GitHub Magic README right here. It's also called the special repository. I think it has some other names too. The way you make one of these is you create a repository with the name of your account. So if you go to my repositories, you'll find one that is called Vanderveer. And this is the GitHub special repository. All you put in here is you put a README file, that's it. And that will show up on your profile page. So that's a great trick to make your profile page stand out. The second way, there's a couple other ways to make your portfolio stand out. The second way is to make everything deployed. So when you come to Latterly Slides, you don't just look at my code, you also can click it and view it. This really makes your portfolio stand out. So you need to deploy your portfolio. That's the second way to make it stand out. Third way to make it stand out is to have READMEs that are actually readable. They're not just the boilerplate. You've gone through and made them make sense. Fourth way to make your portfolio stand out is to make stuff that people care about and or understand. So I suggest blogs for people starting out. And yeah, and if that wasn't all helpful enough, I have literally a portfolio site that you can just steal. You can literally just steal this Next.js portfolio site. And it'll look like this. This is totally fine. It doesn't need to be crazy. If you want to do something fun, you can do something seasonal. Here's a CSS turkey.
Gobble, gobble.
I don't know if you can hear it,
Gobble, gobble.
but when you click it, it makes gobble. It's an audio recording of my son.
Gobble, gobble.
If you want to learn, you have an absolutely perfect page. Thank you, Osmar. That's very kind. Nice profile page. Greetings to Tina. Yeah, that's Tina in my picture there. It wouldn't be a good profile pic without it, without her. All right, y'all, I think we're coming up against the clock. So let's see what GPT got. We got this file. This is goofy. I'm not expecting to export middleware, so I don't know why it did that. Whatever. We can try it. This seems like this is actually not a correct implementation, but let's give it a try. Oh, you did hear it? Oh, okay, cool. Get settings. So the queries, settings, and then we have a new file, get settings.ts. I'm going to just drop this here, save it, and then I will have GPT generating the other file while I clean up that code. Now implement Okay, so let's go to the source settings queries, get settings. Source settings queries, get settings. Here we go. Saving that, command click to jump into the reference. Yeah, and these are like all wrong. So this is based on like an old version of Blitz.js, basically. So I'm going to delete all this stuff. Bam. And then we'll see what I can import. Yeah, it doesn't work at all. Wow, this is so wrong. I should be using a resolver pipe. This is so wrong. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to wrap up the stream there. So zero shot doesn't work for Blitz.js queries. Note to self, zero shot doesn't work. It's worked flawlessly in the past, but I think it's usually non-zero shot, where I like give it an example and then I say, hey, make another one like this. And I think GPT does a great job with that, but it apparently isn't good at the zero shot thing there. Mike says, where do I go to learn to code? I'm new to all this. Hey, Mike, check out my bio. I mean, first of all, you can just subscribe to my page, but if you check out my bio, there is a link. So you're on TikTok, right? Here, let me show you this. So you go to TikTok, you go to my bio, here's the link, you click the link, and then right up top, you see latterly.io. By the way, you should also join the Discord. Discord has a social community that makes learning way better than trying to learn by yourself. But anyway, you click the word Latterly, and that takes you to what we've been working on today. You can start out with this basic checklist, 15 steps for you to learn to code and land your first role coding. Quick reminder that this is the basic checklist, and one of the paid features will be an advanced checklist with about 10 additional helpful steps. Cool, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for being here.